this video we're going to take a look at the Minecraft suggestion subreddit and see what some of the best suggestions are. So let's see. Alright, so the first suggestion is by Aggravating Space 29. There should be sword enchantments like Smite or Bane of Arthropods. Here's my recommendation for some. Savior's Righteousness. Deals more damage to any kind of villagers, useful for defeating raids. Butchering. Deals more damage to animals, as well as pig type mobs in the nether. Can be put on an axe. End of Ender. Deal more damage to mobs from the end, such as shulkers and endermen. Also very useful for Ender Dragon. Waterfall. Deals more damage to all things aquatic. Hazeril responded, Butchering sounds a bit pointless. Animals already often have less health, giving it the same problem as Bane of Arthropods. With animals also often not fighting back, there is no real need to make combat against them easier. This is then just for hoglins, piglins and zombified piglins. Piglins also have lower health already at 16, and zombified piglins are already affected by smite. End of Ender sounds like it could be a bit OP. Currently, with the die-specific damage enchantments, you wait if the speciality is better than being a jack of all trades with sharpness. But if the enchantment is based to be for everything in this dimension, then there is no trade-off anymore. Just swap weapons in the end, and you get the full boost with no downsides. Waterfall is just an impelling copy. Aggravating Space 29 responded, I don't see a problem with End of Ender. Most people barely even go to that dimension. 2 times at most. Once to kill the dragon, second time to get the elytra. And Hazel responded again. There is a problem that is better solved by just giving it more content, rather than ruining it by other disenchantment that by design will work all the times. The next suggestion is by Ethan the Judge, and it's a pretty long one. Improving the mansion. Project Improve Mansion. You know the ominous thing with the trial chambers? My idea is a similar feature that gives the woodland mansion more content via ominous spells, plus some new pre-ominous features including no more normal host animal besides Illager and their cohorts. Don't want creepers ruining the mansions. Vexes now have 4 health to make them less annoying and more fun. New banners with Illagers in front of the red banner instead of a black one. Chest and Vex mob spawners are replaced with 2 new chests. Vex's chest and Splutch's chest. Statues of a well-distinguished Illager will appear throughout the mansion with a mysterious symbol in the middle. Vex chest will appear as a normal chest, covered in a grey substance that spawns 3 Vexes that the player has to kill before being able to interact with the chest. One of the Vexes are defeated, the grey substance will shatter, revealing the normal chest with totems, emeralds, and the default armor trims. The player doesn't need an ominous spell to activate the chest. Splutch's chests are completely different. They are only active when players use an ominous spell and are covered in a black substance rather than grey. They summon 3 of a new mob called a Splutch. Splutches appear as Vexes but pitch black with red eyes. They are the same size as players, but they dematerialize on command, turning themselves into indestructible ink-like puddles that will emerge to attack the players when they get too close. They are vulnerable while they attack, where they carry 2 iron swords and swing twice before dematerializing again. The first swing causes a new effect called Fragility for 3 seconds, where the player defense is completely lowered, while the second swing capitalizes on the effect, doing twice as much damage as normal. Once the 3 splotches are killed, the black substance will shatter and the player have access to a new armor trim called Founding Trim, pieces of a new music disc, and a new item called Effigy of Undying, which appear as a deformed wooden version of a normal totem. You place the effigy into an Illager statue called the Founding Pedestal. The statue will break, revealing a new boss called the Founder. During the fight, all Illager present will turn into statues as the Founder prefers a 1v1. It has 2 phases. His appearance is an Illager with a brown button coat, a red shirt underneath, and white facial hair. As far as attacks go, it summons Vexes, slams on the ground to summon 3 rows of fangs, either circular or like lightning shaped, and summons red rays that home the player underneath but escape last second. You won't be harmed. The rays inflict fragility. You can harm it with either arrows, potions, or attacking it when it swoops down. It rests for a few seconds when it swoops, making him vulnerable. Second phase occurs when you kill it. It will use the totem of undying to revive itself, turn into a pitch black splotch like a creature but an illager, and it will be on the ground the whole fight. Like the splotch, it will dematerialize and rematerialize while swinging its weapons at the players, inflicting fragility. However, it also summons splotches and summons multiple rays with targets on the ground being predestined rays along with homing rays as well. Attack it while it summons those attacks. Upon death, red cracks from all over his body and it shatters like glass, which grants player a new item called the Painful Flask. When players consume it, you get the enemy of the raid effect, causing illagers to take triple damage to players affected. Petrified Bloom wrote, "Dumb question, what is an ominous spell? Is it different than the ominous battle bad omen effect? Why, what makes a red banner better? Not opposed to the change, but the current version is pretty clean. In general, the big thing I would like to see more is loot for killing all the extra stuff. The boss drop is really limited. A consumable that only does anything in a raid isn't terrible, but it doesn't feel worth it for going out of your way to find a rare structure and better your way to the boss. An enchantment book might be a better way to get a similar effect. A new enchant like Smite that does bonus damage against enemies or villager or something. I know the Vec and splurges have loot from the chest you open, but it would be cool if they had a drop of their own. Maybe the splurges would drop corrosive essence used to brew potions of fragility, make them weaker than the effect the mob applies, do 50% increase damage to unarmed mobs, and reduce the armor value of the target by 20% at level 1, 40% at level 2 or something. And the OP responded again. 1. I was referring to Bad Omen. 2. I don't have anything against the black illager banner. I thought it would be cool for an elite structure to have a more royal-esque banner. 3. Yeah, an enchanted book sounds nice. And 4. I was nervous about fragility becoming a potion because PvP. But I kinda want the splooges to drop the splooge splash which player can use to make their own splooges that will fight for the player. And there you have it. These are some of the most popular suggestions this week from the Minecraft suggestion subreddit. If you are interested in what the new snapshot brings to the table, please check out this video.